Hello and welcome to Survivor, Countdown to Africa. Next week, 16 Americans will learn what it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast the competition in the heart of Africa. In the next hour, you'll meet each of them and see excerpts from the audition tapes that got them selected. Tonight, we offer you an insider's guide to Survivor. How to watch, whom to watch, and what to watch for. With some help from the people who know best, that the battle begins the very first moment. You are witnessing 16 Americans begin an adventure that will forever change their lives.
I thought I had survival skills. That counted for nothing.
Don't get on anybody's nerves. Don't piss anybody off.
Strategy happens the moment we got off that plane.
You don't need a leader.
And then again, you don't want to be too much of a weak link.
The leaders are the targets.
Here's what we plan on doing. High tide is that line right there.
Actually, before we build the shelter, just knock that whole branch off.
What's the first thing we need to do? Let's check the box. Let's see what we got first. Before we make any decisions, let's see what we got.
You guys all done talking?
I don't know.
And I think we're off to a bad start.
This is not a very good move. This is not how to conduct yourself on the first day after a 3-hour swim ashore.
Yeah, after seeing Richard up a tree originally, I couldn't imagine him surviving this episode.
Rich just sitting in the tree, number one, trying to tell everybody to talk. I'm looking up at you like, what the hell are you doing up there? You should be down here talking to us.
And what's the point?
He's so separate and he's up in the tree and acting so condescending. To me, the very wrong way to go about it.
I'm good to go, survival-wise. But I've got the $1 million check written already. It's that kind of cocky attitude that makes people really hate your guts.
Richard really didn't know what he was talking about. Anybody could have won the million at that point.
Richard's doing what he only knows what to do. Sit on his ass and talk.
Big mouth.
In my head at the time, all I thought when I was walking away, he's just a lazy fat ass. Action, man. Action, Richard.
You don't want to act ahead.
Richard's a very smart man. I don't think he was really concerned if, at that point, if people liked him or not. He knew he had something to offer.
He did play a masterful game, but there was also other factors involved. I feel as if luck played a role in Richard winning.
I can't play armchair survivor and say he did the wrong thing because he ended up winning. You can't just go sit in a tree now. If Richard was sitting in a tree on Survivor 2, trust me, he would have been made short order of that day.
We need 5 more of these. I didn't have any conscious strategy other than I knew when I hit the island that I wanted to build a shelter.
What you'll notice is that there are people that try and do things on their own. There will be people that will try to be the go-to guy.
I'm gonna keep working.
BB builds buildings for a living, and he built a great building, but it was in the wrong location.
If you're a fisherman, that's your best asset.
Check that out.
If you're a chef or a cook, that's your best asset.
It is so good!
But you need to be good at it out there. That way people want to keep you around.
You tell me what you're doing here, and I'll help you. I promise you, I'll do it quick.
That's the right way to do it, but we won't have near enough line. Anyway, don't stop now.
BB probably did work harder than anybody else. But I think he was in too much of a hurry.
A little irritated that none of the others down there helping carry stuff.
I don't think he likes me much.
You can't have lazy people.
You know, you can't do what you normally do at home, out in a new environment with strangers.
I gotta have this position right.
He's used to having people working underneath him. He's used to being the one in charge. But when you come to the island, the outback Africa, you leave all that behind.
BB thought that he could just work.
You know, I asked Colleen to straighten this out for me, and here it is. It's the only thing she had to do today.
He had to realize, this isn't corporate world. You know, you're not our boss.
You're all on a level playing ground.
You can't just sit here and tell me what to do and I'm going to do it. Because if I say no, what are you going to do? Fire me?
You've cut it 4 times, it's still too short, right?
BB gave us enough reason to vote him out by being bossy and overbearing.
But I think I was caught up in my own ego, my own determination to get this thing built. And I think I sort of lost sight of the objective.
BB was an ass.
I made a lot of mistakes.
BB, the tribe has spoken.
First impressions in this game are everything. You don't want to separate yourself at all from your group.
Staying off the radar is the only way to survive.
If you take a stand as a leader right off the bat and people don't like you, you're screwed.
We got enough rocks here, too. We could build a pretty decent shelter just using rocks.
You know, Richard Hatch in the first Survivor was the leader. And I thought coming into this second one, anybody that set themselves up to follow in his footsteps was an instant target. It was stupid to do.
Let's just stop for 1 second and look at the map and look at the compass.
Right. See, if we're going southwest, how are we going to hit the dry creek?
Because that's north.
There's a time to listen, there's a time to keep your mouth shut, and there's a time to talk out there.
She made it very obvious that she was going to try to take control and tell people what to do. And we hadn't even spoken to each other yet.
She offered herself up. Deb needed to go immediately.
One individual in the group is ordering everybody around.
In the green hat right here. Can you help her get one side of this undone?
I'm sitting there thinking to myself, Deb, you're digging your own grave here. And sure enough, when it came to the first vote, she was the first one voted off.
It's been a little cold a couple nights here.
The tribe has spoken. When we come back, the importance of alliances. But now let's meet the first 4 men and women of Survivor Africa. Silas Gaither, a bartender from Germantown, Tennessee.
I'm a big family man, and I want to support my wife and kids totally. If she'd like to work, she can work, though. I don't mean to, politically correct here.
Carl Balancioni, a dentist and the father of 2 from Winter Springs, Florida.
I'm not your typical dentist. Most of them are fat and bald-headed and divorced. Not me. Completed 6 marathons. Survivor's easy.
Jesse Camacho, a deputy sheriff from Orlando, Florida.
Why do I think I'll make the ultimate survivor? I'm a Puerto Rican female. The heat, the rice, bring it on. I'm ready to go to work. See ya.
And Tom Buchanan, a farmer and the father of 1 from Rich Valley, Virginia.
Come on, we're going to Survivor. Yee-hee. Come on, doggies. Here we go. Let's hit the big show, boys. We're going to be a star.
Whether it's on an island, in the outback, or deep in Africa, the game remains the same. 16 strangers abandoned in the middle of nowhere, forced to create a new society. To succeed, you must not only survive the elements, but each other.
Loudmouth, Sue.
Yeah, Sean, get some balls!
Grouch, BB.
Grouch, probably me.
Myself.
Jeff.
That's an easy one.
Jerry.
The Grouch would have to be Jerry.
No idea.
Troublemaker.
Jeff.
Jeff.
It's me.
Fan Fatale.
Jerry.
What the hell's that?
I hate to admit it.
Femme Fatale.
Jerry.
Whiner.
Richard.
Deb.
Sorry, Deb.
Backstabber. Kobe.
Tina.
Colby.
Jervis.
Jeff. Kelly.
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 Everyone.
One of the keys to competing on Survivor is understanding alliances, how they form, when they shift, and who you can trust.
You can actually win Survivor without having a single survival skill if you have the best friendships.
When you're out there, you don't have a lot of time to figure out if this is the person you want to be your friend.
As soon as I got on the island, it was like, okay, who can I team up with here? Me and Joel pretty much wanted to play the game the same way and win it the same way. It was like, look, you never vote for me and I will never vote for you. It's that simple. We gotta look out for each other. Cool. It's a done deal. The night Joel got voted off, I cried.
The tribe has spoken.
It just hurt so bad because that was the last guy on Team Jervis. I was just in shock. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do now?
The bottom line is the people that lasted the longest are the people that have the best friendships or the best alliances.
Kobe and I had a very strong bond.
My only loyalty is to Tina. There's no other loyalty for me.
We made an alliance that it would be he and I till the end.
I made one alliance out there, and that would run True Alliance.
We're both, really hardworking. We're both very outdoorsy. We just got along.
I thought I could trust her all the way to the end because she was a lot of fun. She reminded me of like a younger sister. So about day 5, and I'm not stupid, Richard approaches me and corners me.
Okay, so here's the deal.
He gives me his rhetoric, why me and him should align, because we're both the biggest creeps on the island, and everybody's not gonna like us, but if we team up together and go down to the final 2, they're gonna have to pick between one of us idiots. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna bullshit him. So I lied my ass off to Richard. So then I told Kelly, I said, me and you, I said, at the end are just gonna burn Richard's butt. 3 of us against the world.
Friendships are very superficial out there. So it's rare that you build a friendship that's as deep maybe as Roger and Elizabeth.
I think this situation genuinely happened. These are 2 wonderful people.
This is the scene where I actually gave Elizabeth the rock to take home to her boyfriend, Tim.
And I found a little rock out here about that tall, shaped like a heart.
He said, here you go, what's that look like? And I said, a heart. He said, you take that with you and give it to your boyfriend when you get back.
Elizabeth always reminded me of my daughter out there. If somebody would have told me that I would have went out there and became friends, especially with a young lady 30 years younger than me, and best friends, and still are best friends, I would have probably told them that they were crazy.
It matters so much to me that he's around, so I'm not writing his name down. I will not spell that man's name.
I didn't come away with the $1 million. I did come away with a friend for life. And if I had to choose between the 2, I think I would take the friendship over the money.
This served them well. It definitely did. The 2 good people came together, and they were a power of one.
There are boundary fights in this game. I mean, you almost can't avoid them.
All right, who did it? Who did it? Who counted that chicken before it hatched?
I'm tired of you and chicken. When it comes to the fighting thing, every day there's something that's going to get to you.
Let go of the chicken thing.
It was 110 during the day. You're hot, you're cold, you're tired, you're wet.
Do you have some kind of a problem?
Yeah, I have a problem with your attitude.
Oh, really? What the hell is up your butt?
You first have to evaluate your position in the game, and you have to choose who you're going to start a fight with and who you're not.
I'm not eating mammal, I'm not eating fowl.
We clashed from the very beginning, but we were able to keep a lid on it the whole time.
Right. We kind of would bite our tongues and just kind of be like, okay, I think that she and I are both like very strong-willed individuals.
That's all I was saying. It's a good thing just to break it up, especially if
But
you are I'm not. You're telling me about the don't get chickens, emotionally not me. attached So to the do chicken. not yell at me about the I am chickens. not getting You emotionally can get as attached. emotionally attached Don't to you lie. want, because the only reason why we said it is because we care about your feelings Well, as you're part of but this you tribe. know what, But the don't thing is, jump I'm all not over gonna me, upset. sweetheart. Don't leave your finger.
I tried. You look.
Mumbled under your breath.
That's it. Uh-oh, look at Mike.
That was Jeff.
That was Mike.
That was Jeff.
I would go to Kimmy and I would bitch about Alicia. And I'd go to Alicia and I'd bitch about Kimmy. See me walking away? I helped instigate it. I was so happy. I walked away from it just thrilled because here it was on a silver platter, exactly what I wanted, and it was beautiful.
Jeff did it. He's good at it. He manipulated everybody.
That was totally not cool.
No, I don't think that was good. I'd like to kill that guy.
Anything that you can do to cause trouble offers up another situation that you can take advantage of in some way. Here it was.
But don't jump all over me, sweetheart.
Don't wave your finger in my face.
I will always wave my finger
under your breath.
It's the rhythm of the head and the finger. That's the trick behind it, you know? It's not enough to shake your head, because that's whatever. The finger is like, You know, it's like your teacher in school does that. But the head and the finger, that's big time.
My vote is for Kimmy. This really should be Alicia, but
Things are falling apart here at Ratana Beach.
You told him you weren't aligned with us, because Colleen told me that. That's bull. People change, actually, during the game. Is that a good thing, to change yourself during the game? Not really. Well, I don't give a because I trust her more than I trust you.
Why?
I'm like, Kelly's telling the other team that she's not on the alliance.
That's bull. I've been your friend since day one.
No, I'm going fishing.
So now all of a sudden I'm two-faced and I her when she had approached me and said, hey, Rich and I have formed an alliance. It was just she was accusing me of doing something that she herself had done. You know what I mean? Like, I just wanted to talk to her. I just wanted to talk to her and clear the air.
That's bull. Will you talk to me?
No, I don't have to. So then I was like, my friend's gone. I'm all alone in this game and I don't give it no more. So I blew Kelly off.
That little tiff between Kelly and Sue has been coming and plays to my advantage, absolutely.
Divide and conquer.
It's inevitable that a fight like this is going to break out in an alliance. I mean, every alliance has to fracture, and that's just the nature of the game. You play with fire, you get burnt.
Travis spoken.
Sue, it's time for you to go.
Coming up, the importance of food and how fate can change the game. But first, our next 4 survivors. Clarence Black, a high school basketball coach from Detroit, Michigan.
Hours in the gym, hours on the court, cardiovascular, pumping iron. All stay number 1.
Teresa Cooper, a flight attendant and the mother of 2 from Jackson, Georgia.
I've got a lot of endurance, a lot of skills, a lot of energy. This is my lucky bullet. Start getting my fire going. Start rubbing those sticks together.
Kelly Goldsmith, a behavioral research analyst from Rancho Santa Fe, California.
This is how much I love Survivor. I wear this asinine outfit to a bar on a Sunday night, all for the love of the show.
And Frank Garrison, a telephone technician and the father of 2, with a 3rd on the way from Odessa, New York.
I understand you're putting together a series looking for some survivors to be on an adventure. Well, I'm just the man you want.
Anytime you put 16 men and women together in the wilderness, one topic's sure to come up.
In real life, people use sex as a weapon. Why not translate that to out there?
I definitely came into the game thinking to myself that there might be the option as a strategy to befriend someone of the male species, and then in walks Colby. I had a discussion with Colby regarding chocolate and how chocolate releases the same endorphins that sex does. This fantasy I have about chocolate and sex definitely involves him.
Hot fudge trickled all over the top!
Driving me nuts.
I can't take it anymore!
I may be a lot of things, but I ain't no Hershey bar.
It's all about sex when we go off.
So we like to play together, not as a romantic situation.
Romance, you know, Jerry and Colby played a little game back and forth with one another, but nothing happened. And, you know, you're not bathing, you're not brushing your teeth. It's just the thought of getting intimate like that with somebody who's nasty and laying in dirt. It ain't cute.
From the beginning to the end of the Survivor experience, food plays a huge role. Sometimes it's a matter of what you're willing to eat. Sometimes it's what you can find to eat. But ultimately, it's how tough you are when there's almost nothing to eat.
Survivor Africa, here's my advice to you. Tell yourself in the beginning, I'm gonna be eating things I don't wanna eat. I'm gonna have to be eating things that I don't normally think of as food.
It depends what you got to eat. If it's an eyeball, I think I'd try swallowing it. I can't see chewing an eyeball.
I'm not doing it. That's the only thing going through my head is I'm not doing this. I knew everybody on my team was going to eat this except for me, so I had to do it. You know, and you didn't want to let your team down. This is for immunity, so this is huge right now. And I just did it. You know, and I can't believe I did it now. I mean, I can't believe I just did that.
I would eat a bucket of bugs before I'd eat anything that the Survivor 2 people ate.
This is horrible. This was like the worst thing in the whole world because I told my tribe mates I would eat anything except the cow brain.
And wouldn't you know it? The brain. Got flies all over it.
If you think it's disgusting, you got to weigh it against getting kicked off the island. You got to eat it.
Can't do it. Sorry.
This was very hard, knowing that you're disappointing everybody.
Kimmy made a choice, and that choice you could say cost her $1 million.
It's time for you to go.
There's a lot of factors involved in this game that I just did not expect or plan for. You know, the starvation aspect of it was just horrifying.
I mean, every day I'm getting weaker instead of stronger, and that's a bad thing.
You were just sapped of all of your energy. I mean, you can't even row the raft anymore. You can't walk up hills anymore.
You know, you're starving. We haven't eaten in 24 hours, and we had a lot to do and no energy, none. Everyone here was just in slow motion.
If we don't catch our food, we won't be eating any food.
There's a pig in the water.
A pig?
Yeah.
There is a pig right over there! Oh God, Mike's gone with the knife.
If you are the food gatherer, you become quite important. This is a game called Survivor, and we're all starving, and believe you me, if that pig had gotten anywhere near me when I was out there, I would have killed it with my bare hands. I wouldn't have even needed a knife.
Good, right?
I feel better about my position now that I've made this kill. I think my position in the tribe has come up a few levels, and it's a good feeling.
Just put that on your face?
Yeah, you did, just like that.
We're gonna get strong now.
That was part of the reason why we kept winning all those challenges, because we kept eating.
I heard a rumor that the other team caught a fish with their spear.
And that does worry me a little bit, because they're going to be eating some protein.
We did a competition where they won a spear, so we knew they had to be catching something.
My position with the tribe, it's probably going to increase as a result of this. I could eat rice for 17 more days. I could eat rice the whole time, but they're loving the fish, and it seems to make people feel great, and I squeeze every ounce of credit out of it that I can.
They're pretty damn tasty.
Thank you. You just need to keep me, and I'll provide you with all the fish you need.
Did that play a role in Richard staying with us for a long time? Absolutely.
And then when we would see him at the next competition, they'd brag about it. We're eating fish. You know, it's psychological now. They're getting in our heads. We're eating fish. What are you guys eating? Rats.
So I really didn't want to eat the rats. Oh, that's me, Jen. You get like 52 grams of protein off of an ounce of rat.
This was some of the best stuff I ever had in my life.
the people on Survivor Africa are going to find out if you see a tribe figuring out how to catch food and one tribe not, you're going to see an unbelievable advantage both mentally and physically.
The only way to win this game is have a lot of luck. You know, luck has got to be smiling upon you that day because anything can happen.
Fate plays a big part, luck plays a big part, you know, and the gods that be can vote you off too.
Oh my God!
He's burnt pretty bad there.
Here's some water.
The secret to winning this game is to physically not hurt yourself, so you have to be taken out.
Passed out, fell in the fire.
Passed out in the fire.
Stay in the water, stay in the water.
Do you want me to come in with you, Mike, and swim with you?
You passed out? I was blowing on the fire and the smoke went right in my face, and I inhaled it. And I passed out. Oh. Look at these things.
Keep your hands in the water.
Oh my God. I can't decide whether I should
God.
keep trying to bend them or not.
No, don't. Mike. Don't even look at him. Don't even look at him. It's gonna make you feel worse.
Was he bent over, working on the phone?
The day that this happened, it just changed it all. In a weird sense, I think I gave up. In a weird sense, I think I gave up.
Fate plays a huge role in Survivor. It doesn't matter how great of a player you are. It doesn't matter if you're a master strategist. I have no doubt in my mind that I would not have won had Mike not fallen in the fire.
Just right before that, we'd been out fishing. Mike and myself had formed an alliance. And we had it figured where it would be Mike and Elizabeth and myself in the final three. And of course, then Mike comes right back to camp, and within 10 minutes of being back in camp, he falls in the fire. There goes the alliance out the door, and so that was definitely the turning point for me personally out there.
It goes to show you that no matter how well that you plan things and no matter what your strategy is out there, you can never, ever, ever totally be in control of what happens to you.
I love you guys.
Love you guys.
Just ahead, staying strong when you're running on empty. But first, 4 more castaways from Survivor Africa. Kim Johnson, a retired teacher, the mother of 3 and grandmother of 2 from Oyster Bay, New York.
If I want to be there, I want to kick that young butt, I want to play the game, and I want to win the friggin' $1 million, and I can do it.
Brandon Quinton, a bartender from Dallas, Texas.
I would be a great contestant. Nobody would suspect me, and I would totally win the $1 million. And look around, I could totally use it.
Diane Ogden, a mail carrier and the mother of 2 from Lincoln, Nebraska.
You know, Diane Ogden, what you see is what you get, and you won't be disappointed. I can hunt, I can cook, I can fish.
And Kim Powers, a freelance marketer from Conshohocken, Pennsylvania.
You asked if we had any body art or tattoos, and I do. I have a small red rose tattoo, but you'll have to put me on the show to find out where it is.
No one comes away from Survivor without a few insights into what it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast the competition.
The secret to winning Survivor is
be flexible.
The less you stand out, the less people are noticing the things you do.
you have to have the best relationships.
Emotional detachment and never giving up.
Eat a lot and have weight to actually lose.
Being a contributor, but not a dominator.
Lie. Fake it. Work hard.
Be low key. Definitely have to be in pretty good physical condition.
Don't piss anybody off. Don't trust anybody.
Just make sure that you're true to yourself.
You have to be yourself.
The secret to winning Survivor is luck.
Okay, you've made it. You're one of the final few. Here's your reward. Now that you're feeling at your very worst, you need to be at your very best.
10 more days, it'll all be over. I'll probably never see these people again. It's the way I want it.
I've lost some weight, I've lost some muscle, I've lost quite a hunk of sanity.
There's nothing that's firm on this body anymore. Basically, I'm a physical wreck.
Why am I here? Why am I putting myself through this? God, this sucks.
33 days out on an island, and it's just hitting the fan now.
This is really horrible.
Today is raining, last night was raining, and I think tomorrow will probably be raining.
You're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And at this point, you start existing rather than living.
Living here day to day, those are the real challenges.
The environment and the elements here have probably been the most dominant player in this game. You've got the 17th player here, and it's the environment.
Oh boy, here comes the flood.
Our entire campsite was washed out.
Lights are gone, our knives are gone.
We were just sick. It was just like, how much more can we take?
We have no food. None. We have no food.
So I just walked the riverbank and realized that on the other side, our tin of food was there.
And Keith, how do you think you're going to get it back across?
Very dangerous thing that he did here. Very dangerous.
Keith was crossing at an extremely dangerous point.
Keith! Oh my God, oh my God.
They weren't sure he was going to be able to make it, so Tina just went and took an alternate route.
If you can't bring it all, just bring one plastic bag of it over or something.
If there was one thing that for me personally that I came away with is the fact that the show is very, very real.
Okay.
Hello, family. Doing good. I love you guys.
Is that a little tear in your eye?
Yes, it is.
My mom just said, "Hi, baby."
One of the hardest parts about the whole Survivor experience is being away from your family.
That's what I needed right there.
There's no emotion that this game doesn't touch in any way.
The lesson to new survivors is this game of Survivor is not about building huts and catching fish. It's a game of people playing against people.
Survivor's ready for immunity. Go!
This immunity challenge is such a double-edged sword for me.
Immunity, sweet!
The moment you lose, you're going.
Give me a big hug, baby!
I knew the only way that I was going to get to day 39 was with this little thing around my neck.
And that's the best thing about this game is situations happen every second of every day. But you have to be smart enough to see them and take advantage of it.
Somebody who has played this game for 41 days is about to be voted out. It's Keith.
Everybody wonders why Kobe kept me instead of Keith. You know, they thought that it was a very poor strategic move on his part.
That decision proves that this game is not about $1 million.
Keith, the tribe has spoken.
Stupid, stupid, stupid. If he had picked Keith to stay with him instead of Tina, it would have been a unanimous vote and Kobe would be a millionaire. Period. End of story.
It meant more to Kobe that our friendship and him sticking to his word, that meant more to him than winning $1 million.
It's now time for our final vote. Roger, we'll start with you.
In the end of this game, the final two standing, the one that everyone respects the most is the one who's going to win.
In true Survivor tradition, it comes down to one final vote.
I personally felt like Kobe deserved to win and that the whole jury would feel that way. I never allowed myself to think, well, Tina, what if? And Kobe's like, get up! You won, come on, get up, come on. our friendship was worth more to him than money. That means the world to me.
When we come back, the winner of Survivor the Australian Outback, Tina Wesson, and a look ahead at Survivor Africa. But now let's meet the rest of our newest survivors. Lindsay Richter, an advertising account executive from Portland, Oregon.
I think I can. I think I can. I know I can. Woo!
Linda Spencer, a career counselor and the mother of two from Cambridge, Massachusetts.
My motto, life, ultimate adventure. I think it's about 10 degrees out here. I'm very strong-willed. Most importantly, I get the game. I understand the social politics.
Lex Vandenberg, a marketing manager and the father of two from Santa Cruz, California.
1, 2, 3, 4. I gotta go digging in the dirt with my bare hands looking for a worm. I'm gonna do it.
And Ethan Zahn, a professional soccer player from Lexington, Massachusetts.
I love Tina. I thought she was hot.
Joining us now is Tina Wesson, winner of Survivor the Australian Outback. Having gone through this once yourself and having done very well, and seeing 16 people now ready to do it again, would you do it again?
Absolutely not.
No.
No, I would not. But if I did do it again, I would play the game differently, even though I won.
Why?
Well, I think that if you're playing the game just to go have an adventure is one thing. But now, as the game's progressing, people are getting smarter. And so you have to play the game smarter in order to win.
Well, we talked to some tribe members to see what qualities you had that allowed you to win. Take a look at this and then we'll get your reactions.
Okay.
She's a soccer mom. Who would bet on the soccer mom when she is faced with guys who are literally chiseled from stone? I would not have predicted Tina at all.
She stayed under the radar. She hasn't, thrown in your face that she's a tough woman, but she was.
You're gonna try to close the current? You're crazy.
No matter how many men were out there with Tina, Tina had the biggest balls out there.
Tina has this very sweet, genteel Southern mother.
You go, girl.
Everybody just loves me, and I just love everybody, and, give me a break. She's brilliant. That's a smart woman, and she'll chop your head off in a second.
Marilyn and I have bonded.
We saw her stab several people in the back until she got into the alliance that she needed to be in to carry her through.
Tina won the game because she was everything for everyone. She was the mother to those that needed a mother.
Stop it! Both of you, or you're going to timeout.
She was the best friend to someone who needed the best friend. She was there for emotional support. She was competitive. She was manipulative. And that's what you have to be to win this game. Period. Bottom line. But she did it with a smile on her face.
Your reactions, are they accurate in assessing why you won?
Well, to some degree. But for me personally, Jeff, I feel like winning Survivor takes three things. A little bit of luck, a little bit of logistics and strategy, and not rocking the boat, but just getting along.
We always say on the show, surviving the element, that's one part of it. Surviving the others is the bigger part.
Absolutely.
True for you?
100% true.
Let's talk about the new 16. You've had a chance to look over their audition tapes, sort of assess how you think they're going to do. Anybody stand out, maybe people you like, don't like, who might do well, who might not do well?
Well, I picked two people who were game savvy. In their audition tapes, I thought, these guys, they kind of know what's going on. And that's Clarence Black. He seems like, I'm going to say what I need to say in order to make friends. Very strategic.
And why is that important? Don't people see through that and figure that out?
Not if they're good at it. Take Richard Hatch, for instance. He played everybody on that show and they didn't even know it till after it was over.
Okay.
And that's how Clarence is to me. Lindsay Richter, I feel as if she's just a very intimidating Alicia type person. She comes across as very strong physically, and it's like she has this mental knowledge, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to kick butt. And, she's a strong woman, and I think she has potential to do very well.
Last tip before we go, for somebody watching this, is there anything they should look for when they're watching the show? A tip that might help them figure out?
Well, one thing, Jeff, I'm going to be looking at is I'm going to be watching behind the scenes. Whenever they show people at camp, who's sitting next to each other? Whenever they're walking to a challenge together? Who's walking next to each other? You know, I want to know who's really friends, who's really bonding out there.
Tina, thanks for your insight. And now a look ahead at Survivor Africa. Next week, an all-new adventure begins when our 16 strangers are abandoned in a landscape unlike any the previous survivors have faced.
Diane was the one in charge of the map, which I would say was the first issue of our tribe.
I carry mail, so I just kind of went at my pace, which is probably faster than most people.
I just started my period. No wonder I have cramps.
Excuse me, Africa, you know, we're not down at the mall here.
Frank is like a big, strong ex-army guy, and dude, we're not all like you.
Temperatures are scorching. Water is scarce.
The water is disgusting. It's sick. I mean, I was filling it up. You get water mixed with crud.
We've got to get water like in the next hour, or we're just gonna be so screwed.
If you don't boil your water out here, you end up with amoebic dysentery, which basically has you puking and crapping your guts out.
The dangers are real.
Always keep 2 people awake on the lookout for animals that hunt at night.
The stakes have definitely been raised, but the game and the social politics remain the same.
We're pissed off, and we now need to deal with a situation where we were starting to build trust. The trust has been broken, and it needs to be built from square one.
Join us next Thursday night when it all begins with the premiere episode of Survivor Africa. We'll be right back. That's it for tonight, but we hope you'll be watching next week when 16 Americans begin a new adventure on Survivor Africa. I'm Jeff Probst. Good night.